Well, I got some clear nights coming up. Wonder what's in my sky. Welcome to SETI Astro. Now, as we plan our nights of imaging and what objects we're going to try to image coming up next, sometimes we don't know we're going to have a nice clear night and get our scope all set up and then you're searching. For me, I know I've went into Stellarium many times. Here's my Stellarium up, just trying to zoom in and kind of see what's around that's early in the east, such that it'll transit sometime around, midnight-ish time frame for me. And you're just kind of poking around and seeing what there is with no real guidance on what could be there. So I had a request a long time ago when I first started making some scripts to make something of, what's in my sky. So you could put in a date, a target transit time. This particular person wanted 2200 hours, 10 p.m., such that it's transiting at that time. And, just what objects are there, how high it was in the sky for them. And technically, this has been probably one of the more challenging programs to make. I have a lot of respect for people that make these kind of Stellarium type programs. So let's pull up my what's in my sky and see what it can do. So on my website, setiastro.com, next to Cosmic Clarity, there's now what's in my sky. If you click on that, it'll pull up a new page. It'll have the what's in my sky. It's a standalone program to help plan a night of photon gathering. It has a picture of what the program's going to look like. You can get the Windows version right now. Over the next day or so, I'll get the binaries compiled for Linux and Mac's versions. And then some simple instructions. But let's go ahead and dive right in. When you download it, it'll be a zip file. In the zip, there'll be the executable, what's in my sky. And then there'll be another file in there, which is the Celestial Catalog. You can go in here and manipulate this catalog all you want. I'll just go ahead and open it to show you the extent of the catalog I kind of compiled here. I took numerous catalogs and consolidated them all into one kind of big catalog here. So I have all the Messier objects, all the Caldwell objects, all the NGC objects, all the IC objects, all the Able objects, and all the Sharpless objects. In total, just shy of 16,500 objects that What's in the Sky will search and populate for you. And then be sure you just click Extract All to extract it into whatever folder you want. So I have mine extracted. Just going to double click What's in my sky. A little terminal will pop up in the background, and then the main graphical interface will come up. For the very first time using it, the lat, long, date, and time will all be blank. So be sure you put in your latitude, longitude of where you're observing, the date you want to observe, and then the time. These will save from session to session, so you won't have to type in your lat and long and date and stuff every single time. Be sure you have your correct time zone in there. I have a whole bunch listed, and that helps with the calculation. What makes this particularly challenging is you have to figure out what objects are going to be near your transit at any given time and date on the globe. So you have to end up calculating something called your local sidereal time, which is different than the normal time, right? This is the time with reference to the distant stars, the sidereal time, versus the solar time, which most our clocks operate on. And then, where you are longitudinally on the planet determines where you're pointing into the night sky. And, your time zone is going to affect that offset too. So that's been one of the biggest challenges of making this program. Now let's go through some of the options. There is a little gear icon over here. Right now it's set to 100. So that means when it populates the table down here, 100 different objects will show up for you. And they're all going to be sorted by minutes to or from transit. So right now our observation time we have in at 2200. So it's going to list the objects closest to transiting at that time of night for you. You have your different catalog filters. You can have them all checked or just one of them. If you have them all checked, fair warning, it does take about a minute or two to actually populate what's in your sky, just because there is over 16,000 objects that it's calculating transit times to and everything, right? There's also a button over here to add a custom object. So if you want to add your own user-defined object, you can. So let's just jump into it. I have roughly my Latin long in here. I'm going to be observing tonight. We could have the transit time here of, 10 o'clock, and I'm just going to click calculate. And then it's going to give me my local sidereal time here, 22 hours and 20 minutes roughly. And it's going to say loading the celestial catalog. I had everything checked, so it's going to go ahead and look through that entire list, calculate its altitude and azimuth, the time to or from transit. It's going to look up some other various items for you, pull across alternate names, the type of object, if there's any magnitude information, things like that. When it's done calculating, it'll have all your objects listed. You got your name, the object's RA and deck, where in the sky it is for you, altitude, azimuth, the time to transit. So, this is not even a minute before transit here. It's a galaxy. It has multiple, alternate names. It is sortable. So you can, sort by altitude. You just want to see the stuff that's going to get highest in the sky for you. You could do that. You could go sort by to or from the transit. You could sort by name. The other thing I did include, which I think is great, is any row you can double click on it. And it immediately opens Astrobin searching for that object. So you can go ahead and just double click the row and see what other people have imaged for that particular object, right? This one here's the Lion Nebula. So that may help guide on what you're wanting to image. Some of these objects can be pretty obscure, especially in the NGC catalog. There's just not a whole lot of images out there, or the IC catalog here. Like IC 1433, there's one image on Astrobin. So if you want to get the best image of IC 1433, it's not going to be hard. Just go out and image that one. And that's about what there is to this. Even when it's fully loaded, you can go ahead and uncheck what you want. Maybe we just want to look for Messier objects, and it's going to go ahead and populate our list for us. M30 is at the top of the list for me for a transit at 10 o'clock. It's just 36 minutes after transit. And we can go ahead and just look really quick what other people have done on Astrobin for M30. So I know this program's been a long time coming. I apologize that it took so long to actually get this compiled. Like I said, it was quite a technical exercise in celestial orientation when you're standing on the surface of the Earth to get this working correctly. It's available right now, like I said, for Windows. I hope everyone gets some use out of it. Please comment, like, and subscribe.